इंसानी हुकूक के आलमबरदारों, शहादत हमारा विरसा है।
Chinese President Xi Jinping announced one of China's most ambitious foreign policy and economic initiatives at the end of 2013. He called for the building of a Silk Road economic belt and a 21st century maritime Silk Road, collectively referred to as OBO, is arguably one of the largest development plans in modern history. And the part of corridor which helps China to get that access through Pakistan is called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
पिछले कुछ दिनों से गिलगिट के लोगों ने, पाक ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर के लोगों ने, वहां के नागरिकों ने जिस प्रकार से मुझे बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दिया है, लेकिन ऐसे दूर सुदूर बैठे हुए लोग हिंदुस्तान के एक प्रधानमंत्री को अभिनंदन करते हैं, उसका आदर करते हैं, तो मेरे 125 करोड़ देशवासियों का आनंद है।
Gilgit-Baltistan, also known as the northern areas, straddling the western Himalayas and Ladakh plateau, is in the northernmost part of the Indian subcontinent, straddling southern Central Asia. The region is traditionally home to Buddhists and Shia Muslims, both Ismailis and Ithna Asharis, who among themselves speak an array of Sino-Tibetan and Indo-Iranian languages besides Burushaski. It was, like Tibet, a buffer zone between British India and Tsarist Russia, and an outlier of the Great Game Tussle during the 19th and 20th centuries between both empires. The famed Silk Road of late antiquity did traverse this region, and it is of symbolic significance after the Karakoram Highway, constructed between 1966 and 78, was opened in 1982 as a land crossing between Pakistan and the People's Republic of China.
Gilgit-Baltistan belongs to India. It is in Pakistan's occupation. We do not believe that Pakistan has the legal right to build the Amir Bhasha Dam. Pakistan will not be paying any royalty or usage compensation to the local people. It will be abusing and stealing our resources, and this will be detrimental to the economic and social and cultural interest and identity of the local people.
If the Financial Action Task Force, gets involved and starts to look at the CPC and has adverse notings on CPC, what it will do is that it will raise the cost of capital for the CPC projects. It will make it more difficult and more cumbersome, as a result of which the CPC will become more expensive. This is a concern that will depend upon what they assess of the risks associated with this project.
Turtuk is the last village of India which was recaptured by Major Chewang Rinchen of Ladakh Scouts in 1971 war. Apart from Ithna Asharyas and other Shia communities, this region is also home to Nur Bakhshia community, which is one of the Sufi sects of Islam. The story of Gilgit-Baltistan is a case study of geostrategic blunders which first Indian government committed in 1947. According to British Major William Brown, one-time commanding officer, there was a secret plan among few members of Gilgit Scouts to set up a Republic of Gilgit-Astor when they ousted the armed forces of the Maharaja of Kashmir on November 1st, 1947. The British regarded the area as being of vital strategic importance because it was where the British Empire bordered both China and Russian Central Asia. In 1947, the British cancelled the lease and handed the territory back to the Maharaja. But Gilgit troops intervened to ensure that the area acceded to Pakistan.
After Gilgit was captured in November 1947 by Major Brown under Operation Datta Khel, Ladakh and Skardu became the next targets under Operation Sledge, and it is precisely at that time Lieutenant Colonel Sherjung Thapa, who was the garrison commander of the Leh and Skardu garrisons, he was sent to Skardu, and the official battle at Skardu, which is also popularly known as the Siege of Skardu, it began on February 11th, 1948, and at the same time any logistical support from the Indian side of the Kashmir became extremely difficult due to the logistical challenges and a gradual realization of the difficulty of the terrain. But Lieutenant Colonel Thapa held the Skardu garrison for a good 6 months.
और ये गिलगित बाल्टिस्तान का ये एरिया 5 देश के सरहद मिलता है इससे। सबसे बड़ी गलती नेहरू जी ने यही की, उसने जब फौज भेजी तो उसका जो ना उसका फौज के साथ साथ जो असला जो सामान भेजना था वो बाई रोड के बजाय उसने हवाई जहाज़ में ड्रॉप किया। तो क्या हुआ, जो अस्करदो में जो महाराजा का जो फौज था वहाँ पे जो एक जगह पर मुहासरा करके थे, तो हवाई जहाज़ से ऊंचे से ड्रॉप करने की वजह से इसका जो ना सामान जो है ना ज़्यादातर यहाँ के बल्ती लोगों को मिला। बल्ती लोगों में जो बल्ती लोग पहले तलवार और बारूद के बंदूक बढ़ने वाले बंदूक से वो लड़ाई कर रहा था, जब नेहरू जी के भेजे हुए 303 राइफल उनके हाथ में आया तो ज़्यादा मजबूत हो गया।
During 1947, the Indian armed forces had already reached close to Skardu when Sheikh Abdullah and Nehru conspired and decided that they don't want non-Kashmiri speaking subjects of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Hence, they went to the United Nations and called for a ceasefire, leaving Gilgit-Baltistan under the subjugation and forced occupation of Pakistan. Mirza Hasan Khan, another character who was a captain at that time in the Jammu Kashmir state forces, conspired against his own Maharaja and rebelled and caused treason and joined the Pakistani forces and later on became colonel in Pakistan Army.
China has attempted to build this one belt, one road, and it passes through the Karakoram road, the Karakoram highway, which, as I told you, is lying towards the north. And the Karakoram highway passes to Gilgit-Baltistan. Now, Gilgit-Baltistan being a part of India, illegally occupied by Pakistan, obviously there is a conflict of interest here. Pakistan has been exploiting this region, exploiting its resources, exploiting its water sources, and also changing the demographic balance in this area. All the protests which have been put across by the people of Gilgit-Baltistan, who simply want a normal life.
Through Gilgit-Baltistan, which is constitutionally India's territory, and under the adverse position of Pakistan, the population here is extremely discontented with Pakistani occupation. So I think this success or failure of the CPEC would depend on how the people of Gilgit-Baltistan accept it.
ना क्या कहते हैं कि लद्दाख हमारा है, आज भी आपको पता है लद्दाख हमारा है, वो दावा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उस लद्दाख में खलाल डालने के लिए वो क्या पॉलिसी बना रहे हैं कि बल्तिस्तान में एक यतीम खाना के नाम पे, एक फ्री एजुकेशन के नाम पे एक कॉलेज समझ लो या एक स्कूल खोल रहे हैं एक खुफिया जगह पे। चलिए, अब वो स्कूल खोलने के बाद गरीब बच्चे वहाँ जाएगा, पढ़ने के लिए जाएंगे, बोलें कि फ्री एजुकेशन मिल रहा है, इतना फैसिलिटीज़ हो रहे हैं, गरीब बच्चे वहाँ डालते रहेंगे तो उनको एजुकेशन के साथ साथ और एक तालीम दे रहे हैं कि मिलिटेंसी का, कि चाइना किसी तरीके से हमारे इस इलाके को लेने के चक्कर, हड़प करने के चक्कर या कुछ चक्कर में ये सारी चीज़ें कर रहे हैं।
हमारे बच्चे बाबा नहीं चाहते हैं, क्या इनके दिल में जिगर और सीना नहीं है जो हमारे बच्चों को यतीम कर देते हैं?
इसलिए एग्रेसिव हूँ कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के पीएको को आप भारत का हिस्सा नहीं मानते हो क्या? एग्रेसिव ना हो, जान दे देंगे इसके लिए। क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? एग्रेसिव होने की क्या बात कर रहे हो?